Mr. Man. Body. Wiggle. So I started cutting these out. These parts. I'll show you where I got bending it for today. Just playing around trying to figure out a good way to actually bend this and fit it in the right order, because my bender's a little wide here. These die blocks work alright, but I need a much smaller area to get some of these tighter bends in. You can see here I got another bend there, and I'm hitting some of this area on the side of it. So when I'm trying to, I got to get in there, make another bend, I'm hitting here. Even if I put it in here, I'm still hitting this edge on here. Managed to get those bends in okay, and this one's the same thing. This one needs to be bent up, but I'm also hitting into the end there. I can't get all the way into the die. I need to be in there to bend that. I need a much narrower die to get some of these bends. I got to figure out my bending rhythm here, which way I'm going to bend it, in which order. And if I can even do it with this. I was hoping to do it with this. I might have to make a different bottom die, a much narrower die, but we'll work on that later. Alrighty guys. It's Cole, Regal Metalworks. So this is the finger press that I have from Swag Off-Road. And I have some of their insert dies that fit in here so you could do sharper bends. But the problem I'm having right now, and I mentioned this previously, was this is just too wide here, and trying to fit in some of this narrow stuff to bend here, trying to get it in there to get it to bend, I'm hitting this guy right here on here. So I came up with a cheap viable solution. I had some scrap laying around, a 1/2 inch scrap and a 3/8 inch bottom. And I'm going to weld these up, and this is going to allow me to get in there to get to these bends right at the line. So I should be able to get some of these harder bends and stay out of the way of using that. But in order to use this, because the way this guy operates is this operates off the base here, and since this is welded in V channel, or not V channel, I should say angle iron, I'm going to have to make a new flat plate for it. So I'm going to make a new flat plate out 1/2 inch, welding some the guide rods for the springs on it. I should be able to get in there and get a finer press, similar to what they would do on a proper brake press or press brake. Except it's usually solid through here, but since I don't have a good way to really mill that at an angle, or hold this to mill that angle, and I think a V-bit's not quite going to be strong enough to really mow through that material if I did it a solid piece. I'm just going to space it like this, weld it here, weld the end caps on. On here I have those cut too here, so that we have some rigidity, and I'm only really bending like 16 gauge or maybe some 1/8 inch with it, so that should hold up just fine. So I'm going to get to welding this up, getting this set. I have it set about 1/2 inch gap, which is similar to what Swag was using for their V dies, which I decided I was going to tumble. These guys here. Today I figured I'd put a sock on my hand, so I have a sock puppet. That'll help keep the dirt off of my cast and dressings and everything. So I'm just wiping these off here. See how that sits in there? It sits in there nice and neat, and it's great for, you know, pressing stuff that's big enough. You just need to do edges and stuff, but if you're doing multiple angles and things like that, you're going to run into a problem with this being too wide. So, but this is about 1/2 inch with maybe a 1/4 inch radius on the edge. So I'm gonna have a much smaller radius, but it should work pretty fine. It should work just fine. So that'll allow me to get the bends I need. And I can go past 90 if I want. I'm not set to just 90 here with this. That's the nice thing with that. And actually for this, so if you're bending thinner stuff, it works really well. So I'm gonna go ahead and weld this up here, tack it up, make sure everything's straight, and then go ahead and weld all my edge caps. But I am going to go ahead and do that right now, and I'll come back. That should give me a half inch between here. About 5'5". That should be adequate. Go ahead and tack these end caps on. That should keep it straight when I weld it so it doesn't pull too much. I'll have to put some spacers in between the crack here so that doesn't pull. hurts my hand. Got 3 pins in this finger, and the cast that's over it really digs into it when I have to put pressure on it. Alright, we got this welded up here. Some weld on here to hold that in. Got a good 1/2 inch here. A little tighter there at the end, but that should be okay. Be fine for bending 16 gauge. Now I need to make a base for that to fit in the press. So I got some 8-inch wide, 1/2 inch plate bar stock cut in here in the 1600, and I think they said it's only good for 7 inches. I don't know, but this is 8 inches. So we have to kind of feed it by hand first until it gets to the pivot point, and then it'll actually feed itself. But cut pretty good like that. It's not ideal. I think you probably want to cut it flat, but it seems to be cutting okay. So we're going to make the base for this that we weld in the guide rails. These guys here. So we'll be able to sit that in there. We'll be able to sit this one there. And we'll be able to finish the bends on that piece. So just cut away. So I cut that 22-inch piece of 1/2 inch steel, 8-inch wide. Trimmed the edges off because it had a little taper on it from flame cut or something. I don't know. Some old steel I had lying around. So I figured, let me see if I could throw that in a tumbler and clean it up because it was pretty rusty. Give that a while and see how that does. That's old steel. That was actually, I think, on my parents' farm when they moved out there. My dad asked me if I wanted it, and they got some big pieces of it here, like 10-foot lengths of it. Look what came out of Sleepy Time. The Turbo R53 Mini. Uh-oh, Birdie's ready to go home.
Oh my god, it almost smashed Poppy's little brain.
Sorry, my hand's broke. My hand's broke. I got a sock on it. Keep my hands just like we didn't do.
Okay, brought the Mini Coupe down. Boy, she loves to go.
Boom, boom.
She loves to go fast. Yeah, it's pretty warm. It's like, it feels warm.
I'm going to live here this winter, and then this guy's going home. Live in the garage.
When is he gonna pick up the rest?
Tuesday, I think.
Okay.
Tuesday. RS4. So I'm walking through here to go check on something, and I see this little guy. It almost looks fake. Nope, it's real. We saw his little tongue come out.
Poppy, come over here. Poppy, come over here. Poppy, come here.
No, don't get him too close.
Poppy, come look. Poppy, come see. Poppy, come see. Poppy, come here. Poppy, I think that's a copperhead, Cole.
He is a baby.
That's a dangerous. Let's see. What kind of snake is this?
I don't know. It's pretty crazy.
We better catch it.
Yikes. She's a snake, Hannah.
I just put a cup down. I didn't really.
And how are you going to scoop it up? You got to put a piece, something flat underneath it, piece of cardboard, paper, well, that's not quite big enough. Okay, flip it over. Oh!
Oh God!
There you go, just flip it. There you go. Well, take the straw out. This needs a straw. He's thirsty.
Oh my gosh, I'm scared. Oh gosh. There you go.
All right, awesome.
What are you gonna do now, Cole?
I don't know. That's kind of disconcerting because.
Well, you gotta figure out what kind of snake it is. Because if it's a good snake and it eats mice, then that's good. If it's a bad
rid of all the snakes.
Well, there might be more snakes somewhere, because if there's one baby, there's probably a lot more.
I don't know what kind of snake it is. I can't tell. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. There's probably more snakes.
Okay, well, let's try to identify the snake.
We're going to try and identify the snake. We'll let you know how that turns out. Alrighty, so what I got here is I got the plate, this 8-inch, half-inch plate, drilled out for my rods. I just have my rods in there. I still got to weld them in. It's just test fitting it into this die. It's a little low, it's a little close. When this piece is up in here, it's going to be right where you can barely slide in a piece of metal. But I might be able to space this up a little bit more because it's sitting on the springs. I've got to either put spacers in there or not. But that's where I'm at right now. So I'll weld this tomorrow. And this guy here, I don't know if I should leave it free floating or if I should weld in some tabs so it's kind of sits in there so it can't move this way or the other way. It would be kind of nice just to leave this in here and then have a nice flat plate to press stuff on. But I'm not sure if what I'm going to do there, if I'm going to just maybe even drill some holes here and run some studs in so that it just kind of holds it steady. So I don't know, that's where I'm at. Call it the end of the day. Got to move some cars around, head home. The wife dropped off the Mini Cooper that you saw earlier, so I'm going to take the 911 home and leave that in the shop or in the garage there, and leave the Mini here. The Mini needs some work anyway. So, but that's about it. Hopefully, I'll get this vlog uploaded tonight for you guys if you're interested. Hopefully, you are. But that's about it. It's been a slow 2 weeks for me since I broke the hand, had surgery, everything like that. So I'm just trying to do some small light work in the shop, clean up some loose ends that I had sitting around before I really take on any more big jobs. So other than that, I hope you guys liked it. If it's your first time stopping by, please subscribe, tell your friends, and have a great weekend. Thanks.